Next up, we're going to take a trip down to the Long Branch Nature Center to meet up with our friend Alonzo Albugadas. Alonzo always has great presentations for the kids down there, and today, well, let me just say, you have nothing to fear.
Welcome to Long Branch Nature Center. My name's Alonzo. This is Michael, one of our volunteers who will be helping us out. How many of you guys like snakes? Yeah? That's right. See, I knew you guys would like snakes, but you know that in general, a lot of people do not like snakes. Why? I think is a lot of people don't know much about snakes. And when you don't know much about something, it can seem a lot scarier. If you were to take the skin off a snake, okay, this is what you'd see. A snake is basically one long backbone. You guys feel your backbone? Feel your backbone? Okay. And 200 to 400 and something ribs. Can you feel your ribs? So a snake is kind of built like you, except it's got one long backbone and lots more ribs, but no places for connecting really the arms and legs. This is actually an African rock python. It's the biggest snake they have in Africa. There are no snakes that live in Virginia that are this big, okay guys? And even if there were snakes this big around, snakes pretty much don't like to bother people. But a snake as big as this has a lot more reasons to be afraid of us than we got to be afraid of them. I'll give you a good example. See, this skin right here looks a lot like this right here, doesn't it? Doesn't it look the same?
Yeah.
So what do you think this bag is made out of? That's snake, right? How about we actually see some real snakes? From here on, every snake that I'm going to show you is a snake that you can find in Virginia. Sound cool? Not every snake that I show you is found right here in Arlington, but all the snakes I have are from Virginia. And the biggest snake that we have in Virginia is actually called the black rat snake. This one's not full grown at all. It can grow a lot longer than this. And I am now not holding him, he's holding me. And you can see that even though he might not have legs, he's a really good climber. Snakes cannot close their eyes. They can't. They sleep with their eyes wide open. Yes, they do. Their eyes stay open all the time. Now I know some of you guys might have seen Harry Potter where the boa constrictor winks at Harry. That's real magic. The snakes cannot close their eyes, okay? I should have showed you the king snake first because a king snake is called a king snake. One reason is because he can eat other snakes. Now he eats mostly rats and mice, but he's the king because he can eat any other snake smaller than him. Look at his tongue now, guys, very quick. I'm gonna bring him around. I want you guys to look at his tongue. It's gonna twist around and his tongue is gonna point all sorts of directions, including up and down and towards my fingers, because right now he's like, hey, tasty, your fingers smell like food. This king snake was found in Arlington near Gulf Branch, okay? But probably was somebody's pet and got loose there because unfortunately king snakes have pretty been wiped out of Arlington and they're kind of rare and even in Fairfax now. This would be a corn snake or a red rat snake, okay? It's a close cousin of the black rat snake called a corn snake because they live in cornfields. This one, for example, has been here in the Nature Center longer than I have. It's at least 18 years old, if not more. And in fact, if you go to a lot of the other nature centers and they have a corn snake, I bet you it was born in Long Branch because she's had 50, 60 different babies that we have over the years given to all the local nature centers. So a lot of their snakes were born here in Long Branch. So this is a mole king snake because like a mole, it lives underground eating rats, mice, and other snakes. I want you guys to feel just how smooth it is. It's got to be very smooth to be able to slide through the dirt and underneath. And then I want you also to notice that unlike a lot of the snakes we've been seeing, it doesn't have a big fat head. It's got a very skinny head so it can get into little tiny holes and keep going. Pine snakes do a neat trick to keep themselves out of trouble. The trick is they can sound big and bad. Now I know you saw the little rat snake and he was hissing at me and whatever. Guys, when these guys hiss, it's impressive. They got this special kind of thing in their throat that makes them sound very loud. As a matter of fact, when this guy, if he gets scared, he would hiss. He would sound a lot like Darth Vader. I mean, really loud. And if somebody were in the woods and they find this big thing and it's shaking its tail, rearing up, it's pretty big, most people are gonna freak out and say, I'm not gonna mess with that snake. So guys, snakes overall are good to have around, and we're lucky that we have snakes around here.
Hey, there's always something going on at Long Branch. They have nature walks, fireside programs, and camps. It's a really great place to take the kids. And you can always check their schedule as well as the schedules of all of Arlington's parks and nature centers by going to the calendar at arlingtonva.us and choosing the category Environment. There's a lot going on, so make sure you don't miss it. When we come back, we'll meet the author of this year's Arlington Reads book, The Nine.